Namaste and Swagatam. People ask the question, why should I pray? Let's take a look at that. People pray for various reasons. Some people pray to acquire an object of desire, while some people pray for a change of situation in their life. Others may pray to give thanks for all the good things that has happened in their lives. Or you may simply pray as a religious duty. But like any other action has to bring a result. So like in any other action, prayer, since it's an action, has to produce a result. And that action or that result can be explained in two categories called drishta phala and adrishta phala. Drishta means see, adrishta means unseen. That drishta phala, or immediate seen result, could be the inner comfort gained by acknowledging your limitations and being objective about the situations beyond your control when you pray. Whereas the unseen result, or a drishta phala, may manifest itself as a punya, or a favorable situation later on in this life or later. Sometimes when this adrishta phala manifests as a punya, we refer to it as grace, or we say it is luck. And this grace or luck may help us neutralize obstacles in our lives. Or it may arrive as a pleasant, unexpected surprise. However we look at it, prayer is a means of communication with the divine, with the Supreme. And prayer can be an elaborate ritual in the form of a puja, or a few simple words or mantras. Either way, it nourishes or nurtures that special relation between the Creator and the created, between Ishvara and you. I use the word Ishvara here for God. It has a different connotation from the word God itself, when you understand that later. And this relationship between Ishvara and yourself is unique, and it's like no other. Because Ishvara needs nothing from you or me. There's nothing you can do for Ishvara's sake. If you have a rich aunt or uncle who gives you money, you can do something for them. You can repay them or do something good for them to make them feel thank you. Make them feel thankful, and they will thank you. For example, you may send them a thank you card and they'll feel wonderful. Or you may tell everyone they're the best aunt and uncle in the world, and that makes them feel good. But Ishvara does not need anything from you. He does not need you to, as we say, stroke his ego. See, because Ishvara is complete and full, or Purnam. Purnam means does not need anything, completely full already. And even if you criticize Ishvara today, Ishvara will not hold a grudge against you. Ishvara will continue to exist in that full glory, not needing anything from anyone, and still be undisturbed whether you pray or not. Always existing complete and full as Purnam. You know that's not the case with your rich aunt or uncle, or anyone else who does a favor for you. If you disagree with them or criticize them, they will be offended and they may not reward you in the future. Ishvara is not offended if you pray or do not pray, or criticize or not. Now there are three types of prayer based on how they are expressed. We as human beings perform actions in three ways. We call it kayika, vacika, and maanasa. A kayikam karma is a physical action that predominantly uses my limbs, my hands, my feet, my head, my body, etc. Or the complete body. I may sit in a special way, stand in a special way, bow, turn around, clasp hands, etc. But I'm doing this, I'm doing this, or I'm doing this. It's all kayika. And in this kayikam puja, we may use the hands to offer objects called archanas. But keep in mind, even though the whole body is used, mainly the hands are utilized in this kayika karma. And that's what differentiates kayika from vacika and manasa. Of course, you have to have your mind there, you have to listen, or you may be speaking also when you're doing puja, but mainly the archanas is done by your hand. Whereas in vacikam karma is an action that predominantly use the organ of speech. For example, in japa, you may use your hands, but predominantly the speech is what's important, the repetition of the mantra. Or that you may chant Vedic mantras or stotrams, or you may sing shlokas, or chant shlokas. You may sing bhajans, kirtans, etc. in the form of worship. The voice, or the organ of speech here, is the predominant instrument. That's called vachikam karma. The manasam karma is the mode of prayer where predominantly the mind is used. For example, meditation, or mental action, or silent prayer. No one hears you praying, you're praying in your mind. A lot more concentration or willpower is required for manasam karma, because movement or noise around can easily disturb your concentration when you're doing manasam karma. So these three modes or categories of action called kayikam karma, vachikam karma, and manasam karma, when performed as prayer, now is called kayika puja, vachika puja, and manasa puja. Puja there meaning worship, an action as worship. Kayika, vachika, and manasa puja can be performed by any bhakta or devotee. In the beginning, you may start with kayika puja as a method of worship with the help of a knowledgeable person who can direct your actions or chant the mantras during the puja. This person can be the pujari, the priest, or anyone else who is knowledgeable about puja. In the beginning, the pujari chants the mantras and directs you. Later on, the goal is for you to learn and chant yourself and perform the archanas. The goal here is for you to move along in this path of kayika, vachika, and manasa. In the beginning, you depend upon the pujari or pandita to chant the mantras, and you just do the actions, the kayika. And later on, you move to vachika. You learn how to chant the mantras yourself. And later on, you move to manasa puja also. So in summary, kayika puja is that which includes the use of your limbs, voice, and mind, but the limbs or the hands is predominant in kayika puja. In vachika puja, the voice or speech is predominant. And in manasa puja, the mind, the concentration is predominant. So we hope you move along the path of these three, kayika puja to vachika puja to manasa puja. And that will give you antakarana shuddhi, and it makes you ready for this jnana. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.